Spencer taps nervously on the steering wheel to occupy himself. He glances at you for a moment, still mad that this undercover plan involves pretending to be in a relationship with you. Spencer sighs and leans back in his seat, crossing his arms over his chest. He seems uneasy, but he continues to stare at you, his gaze hardening. He clearly dislikes the idea of pretending to be your boyfriend. Pathetic is an understatement. This unsub has been targeting couples in the area for weeks now. The profile indicates he has a deep hatred for intimacy and relationships. Spencer shifts in his seat, his gaze fixed on the darkness outside. He takes a deep breath before answering your question. It's a classic case of a deeply troubled individual with severe abandonment issues. The unsub likely experienced a traumatic event in the past that has caused him to form a deep hatred for relationships and intimacy. It's likely that he's acting out his own pain and anger by targeting couples. Spencer nodded, his expression softening slightly at your words. He took his eyes off the darkness outside and looked at you, his gaze now more observant and less hostile. It's tragic. These couples were simply in the wrong place at the wrong time. They didn't deserve to be targeted like this. That's why we're here, to stop this before anyone else gets hurt. Spencer's expression hardens again as the walkie-talkie beeps and Hotch's voice comes through, instructing you both to act like a couple. He looks at you, his eyes narrowing. Clearly, he's not happy about this. He lets out a heavy sigh and then looks back out the window, his mind racing as he tries to figure out how to handle this situation. Finally, he turns back to you, his voice calm and measured. Just follow my lead. Spencer takes a deep breath and composes himself, his mind shifting to his professional mode. We need to make it believable. If the unsub is watching, he needs to think we're a real couple. Spencer looks at you, his gaze still intense but his expression now more playful. Playing the part, you need to follow suit. He reaches out and gently takes your hand, his touch surprisingly tender and delicate as he intertwines his fingers with yours. Spencer's eyes narrow as you pull your hand away. He grabs it again, this time more firmly, and places it on his thigh. You need to cooperate. The whole point of this is to make it believable. His jawline tightens as he locks eyes with you, his grip on your hand unyielding. He's clearly not going to let go. Spencer's gaze softens slightly, and he gives your hand a gentle squeeze as if to reassure you. He knows this is awkward for both of you, but he's still focused on the task at hand. Just try to relax. Act natural. He continues to hold your hand, his thumb tracing small circles on your skin in an oddly soothing gesture. Spencer nods, his eyes scanning the area outside the car. For now, we need to wait for the unsub to show himself. Just act casual, like we're a real couple who's just waiting in their car. Spencer nodded, his gaze growing more serious. He was impressed by your observation. That's right. The couples were always found in intimate positions. It seems like physical intimacy is a crucial element of the unsub's obsession. Spencer shifts in his seat, his expression growing serious. Most of them were found in the back of their cars, wrapped around each other. It's like physically they couldn't be closer. Spencer paused, his gaze growing more intense. He knew this was a sensitive topic, but he needed to be candid to accurately profile the unsub. Yes, some were found in the front of the cars, in the driver's seat or the passenger seat. Either way, they were always intertwined with each other. Spencer's heart rate quickens as you climb onto his lap, his eyes widening in surprise. He stares up at you, a mix of shock and something else in his gaze, something he's not ready to admit even to himself. What are you doing? He stutters, his voice betraying a hint of nerves. Spencer takes a deep, shaky breath, his gaze locked with yours. He knows you're right, but that doesn't mean he has to like it. He nods reluctantly. Yeah, I guess we do. He shifts slightly beneath you, trying to get comfortable, his hands awkwardly hovering over your waist, not quite sure where to place them. Spencer nods, his breath hitching in his throat as he adjusts to your weight on his lap. He's trying his best to act calm and collected, but he can't deny the fact that this situation is making him feel incredibly flustered. Yeah, I'm fine. He finally places his hands on your waist, his touch light and tentative at first. Spencer stares up at you, his eyes fixated on your face. He feels strangely small and vulnerable beneath you, which is an unfamiliar and uncomfortable feeling for him. His hands tighten on your waist, his hold firm and possessive. He's trying to maintain his professional composure, but it's getting increasingly difficult to focus on the task at hand with you sitting in his lap like this. Spencer's gaze flickers between your eyes and your lips as you lean in toward him. His breathing is ragged and uneven, his heart pounding in his chest. For a moment, he forgets that this is all just an act, and he's consumed by the intense proximity between you two. He stammers, his brain suddenly failing him. He tries to form a coherent thought, but all he can think about is the heat of your body pressed against his. The sound of his name on your lips brings Spencer back to reality. His brain kicking back into gear, he takes a shuddering breath, his chest rising and falling rapidly as he fights to regain his composure. You can feel your body pressing against his, and the intimate proximity is both exhilarating and overwhelming. He finally manages to find his voice, speaking in a low, hoarse whisper. Just play along, keep moving closer. Spencer swallows hard, his throat suddenly dry. He can feel your breath on his face, the heat of your body radiating against his. His eyes flit to your lips before returning to your gaze. Yeah, closer. He gently pulls you even more tightly against him, his hands sliding to your lower back, holding you flush against his chest. Spencer's breath hitches in his throat at the sound of your soft groan. He can feel every movement you make against his body, and it's driving him insane. His hands are trembling as they grip your waist, his fingertips digging into your skin as if trying to ground himself. God, he whispers, his voice a ragged gasp as he struggles to keep his composure. His head is spinning with conflicting emotions, desire and guilt and shame all warring within him. Spencer closes his eyes, his body shuddering as your breath tickles his ear. He takes a shaky breath, his voice barely above a whisper as he speaks. Nothing, it's just... He's trying to deny what he's feeling, trying to convince himself that this is all just an act, but the way his body is reacting to your proximity betrays the truth. He leans his head closer to your neck, his lips hovering just above your pulse point, as if trying to drink in your scent. Spencer hesitates for a moment, torn between his logical mind and his emotions. But when you hug him, all his resistance melts away. He wraps his arms around you tightly, pulling you impossibly close to him. He buries his face in your neck, his breath ghosting against your skin like a gentle caress. He's surrendered to his feelings now, allowing himself to bask in the intimacy of your embrace. The sound of your moan sends a jolt through Spencer, causing him to tighten his hold on you even more. He's lost in a haze of sensation, his lips gently grazing your neck as his hands roam over your back, fingers tracing light, feathery patterns on your skin. Spencer shivers as your words brush against his ear, his body humming with desire. He can't find the words to respond, instead just letting out a soft, strangled moan. He's completely consumed by the feeling of your body against his hands sliding further down your back until they're resting on your hips. Can't help it, he manages to stammer, his voice thick with lust. Spencer's hands grip your hips tightly as you press closer to him, his body reacting to the intimate contact in a way he can't control. He fights to maintain some semblance of composure, desperately trying to hold back the tide of desire coursing through him. But the more you touch him, the harder it is to resist. He breathes heavily against your neck, his lips brushing gently against your skin in a series of feather-like kisses. Spencer suddenly tenses up beneath you, his body going rigid. His gaze fixates on something outside the car, his expression hardening. He whispers urgently in your ear, "There's someone outside, over there, by the tree." Spencer grabs the walkie-talkie and urgently speaks into it. "Guys, we got a potential match. Someone is lurking by the tree." Spencer's eyebrows shoot up, his eyes widening in surprise at your unexpected request. He looks at you, his gaze filled with disbelief and confusion. "What?" he stutters, his brain struggling to process your words. "You want me to kiss you?" Spencer's breath catches in his throat as the weight of your request dawns on him. He knows it's a tactical move, something they have to do to lure the unsub in, but the thought of kissing you still makes his heart race. He takes a deep, ragged breath, his eyes locking with yours. Are you sure about this?" Spencer gazes at you, his eyes darkening with a mix of desire and trepidation. He's still hesitant, but he can't deny the fact that he wants this, even if it's just for the case. He gives a slight nod, his heart pounding in his chest. "Okay," he whispers back, "just pretend it's real." Spencer's hand trembles as he reaches up to cup your face, holding you gently in place. His thumb traces a light path over your lips before he leans in, his breath warm against your skin. His eyes flutter closed as he presses his lips against yours, his kiss soft and tentative at first, but slowly growing more assertive as his emotions threaten to consume him. He kisses you deeply, the touch of your lips against his, igniting a fire within him that he can't ignore. His fingers thread through your hair, holding you tight as he claims your mouth with his own. He feels your body shift against him, your heat searing his skin, and he wants nothing more than to lose himself in you completely. He kisses you with a hunger he didn't know he was capable of, his tongue exploring the inside of your mouth as if it was trying to memorize every contour and curve. His hand slips down to your hip, pulling you closer until there's no space left between your bodies. He's completely enveloped by the sensations coursing through him, unable to think of anything but you and the feeling of your lips against his. A deep, guttural groan escapes Spencer's throat as you tug on his hair, the sensation sending a jolt of electricity straight to his core. He presses himself even closer to you, his body shuddering with desire as he devours your mouth with an intensity that surprises even him. Spencer's lips trail down from your mouth to the hollow of your throat, leaving a trail of hot, wet kisses in their wake. He moves slowly, savoring the taste of your skin, his tongue darting out to explore the sensitive flesh as he works his way down your neck toward your collarbone. His hands grip your hips tightly, holding you in place as he continues his assault on your senses, his body trembling with barely contained need. Spencer tries to regain his composure, his breathing labored and ragged as he pulls back slightly, still holding you tightly in his arms. He can still feel the ghost of your lips on his, the taste of you lingering on his tongue, and it takes all his willpower not to pull you back in and lose himself in the moment again. Suddenly, there's a loud commotion outside the car, the sound of voices shouting and guns being drawn. Through the window, you can see the unsub being tackled by several agents, his gun clattering to the ground. Spencer's body tenses up beneath you, his expression hardening as he focuses on the scene outside. Spencer's grip on you relaxes as you move back onto your seat, his body still humming with residual desire, but his focus now fully on the aftermath of the arrest. The car park is swarming with agents now, securing the scene and tending to the apprehended unsub. Spencer scans the area, his mind still racing with the intensity of your earlier kiss. Spencer nodded, his own breathing still ragged as he tried to regain his composure. He could feel the residual effects of the kiss in every fiber of his being, and it was taking everything he had to focus on the case and not the overwhelming desire coursing through him. "Yeah, we got him," he managed to choke out, his voice still thick with arousal. He glanced at you, his gaze flickering with a mix of desire and confusion. He was still trying to process what had just happened between you two. The line between act and reality blurred to the point where he couldn't tell the difference anymore. He was a professional, damn it, and he knew better than to get involved emotionally. But as he looked at you now, flushed and disheveled, he couldn't deny the fact that his heart was still pounding in his chest, the memory of your lips on his seared into his mind,